It started with a car, a Tesla parked on a quiet Los Angeles street, collecting dust under the California sun. No one touched it for weeks, not neighbors, not parking enforcement, not even the owner. But when that car was finally towed away, what police found inside turned a quiet mystery into one of the darkest stories Hollywood has seen in years. Because in the front trunk, sealed inside a bag, were the remains of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And the Tesla? It was registered to rising music star D4vd, real name David Burke. From that moment, the story spiraled into a blur of unanswered questions, shocking details, and eerie coincidences. How did Celeste's body end up in his car? Why did no one notice for so long? And most of all, what really happened to her? So how did Celeste's name end up tied to one of the biggest new artists in pop music? According to multiple reports, the Tesla was registered directly to D4vd. Detectives served a search warrant on a Hollywood Hills home he'd been staying in during the summer. Inside, they collected several pieces of evidence, though police haven't confirmed what those were. The property's owner told the New York Times that after the warrant was served, movers came and cleared out everything connected to the musician. Soon after, D4v's manager and legal team went completely silent. At that point, his tour dates were canceled, his ads pulled by brands like Hollister and Crocs, and his once booming career came to a sudden halt. But one question refused to fade. How could the body of a teenage girl end up hidden in his car without anyone noticing? September 8th, 2025. At a city impound lot in downtown Los Angeles, workers were investigating a foul odor coming from a black Tesla Model Y. The car had been towed 3 days earlier after being reported abandoned. When officers opened the frunk, they found a large plastic bag, and inside it, the severely decomposed remains of a teenage girl. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, Celeste had been dead for an extended period of time. The Tesla had sat untouched for weeks, parked legally on a residential street. It wasn't reported stolen. It wasn't even searched until parking enforcement flagged it for towing. And here's where things got chilling. The registration traced back to 20-year-old David Burke, better known as D4vd, the viral artist behind the song Romantic Homicide. That discovery didn't just shock his millions of fans. It launched a full investigation by LAPD's Elite Robbery Homicide Division. But as the story spread, the facts only got murkier. After the discovery, Celeste's body was taken to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's office. What came next shocked everyone, even investigators. The cause and manner of death were listed as deferred in plain English. They don't yet know how she died. The exam found no immediate signs of trauma. Toxicology results are pending. She wasn't pregnant, despite online rumors claiming otherwise. And until those lab tests are complete, the LAPD can't legally call it a homicide. Their statement was haunting. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Ms. Rivas Hernandez's death, beyond the concealment of her body. That final phrase, beyond the concealment of her body, sent chills through everyone following the case. It means someone, somewhere, made a conscious choice to hide her. But who and why still isn't clear. Celeste wasn't a celebrity, a social media influencer, or a public figure. She was a 14-year-old from Lake Elsinore, California, a first-generation daughter of Salvadoran parents who said she dreamed of becoming an artist herself. Police records show she'd been reported missing more than once throughout 2024. At the time of her last disappearance in April, she was just 13. She stood barely 5'2", weighed around 70 pounds, and was described as bright but restless, someone who'd struggled at home and sometimes talked about running away. Friends from school told reporters she had a light in her, but sadness too. One classmate said that months before she vanished, Celeste had joked about disappearing. And then she really did. When her body was finally identified in September, it was discovered just 1 day after what would have been her 15th birthday. The moment D4vd's name hit the headlines, social media turned the case into chaos. Some users dissected his lyrics, pointing to lines from Romantic Homicide. "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it." Others spread unverified claims about their relationship, screenshots, and supposed DMs. To be clear, None of that has been verified. Police have not confirmed any romantic or inappropriate connection between Celeste and the artist. What's known is that his Tesla was the place her body was found, and that alone has fueled endless speculation. Still, online forums continue to dig. Some claim she had been seen at parties with older crowds in LA. Others point to her multiple disappearances as signs she may have been groomed or manipulated. But all of it remains in the realm of rumor. Whispers chasing a truth no one's confirmed. While the internet argued, Celeste's family faced the kind of heartbreak no parent should ever endure. On October 6th, they held a small, private funeral at the Queen of Heaven Cemetery in Rowland Heights. Under a white tent, surrounded by relatives and close friends, they laid her to rest just 2 weeks after finally getting her body back from the coroner. There were no cameras, no headlines, just silence and grief. Meanwhile, D4vd's world imploded. Sponsors cut ties. His tour was paused indefinitely. And though his lawyers insist he's cooperating with authorities, he's maintained total silence online. Even so, rumors haven't stopped. Some fans defend him, saying he's being framed or misunderstood. Others think his silence speaks volumes. Let's rewind. On August 5th, D4d kicked off his North American tour, playing shows across the Midwest. Sometime during that period, his Tesla was left parked on a residential street in LA. For weeks, it sat there, untouched, unreported, unclaimed. When parking enforcement finally tagged it for towing on September 5th, it was coated in dust with visible dents and scuffed wheel wells. A private investigator later said, "It looked like it had been off-road in the desert." 3 days later, at the impound lot, workers traced that smell. And the truth came out. LAPD officials said the condition of the remains suggested Celeste might have died long before the car was even towed. And according to Commander Scott Williams, the Tesla had likely been parked in the same spot for weeks. But here's the part that keeps investigators awake. The 2023 Model Y is fully digital. It sends alerts if the trunk stays open more than 10 minutes. Meaning, if someone placed a body inside, there's a chance the owner could have received a notification on their phone. Did that alert ever appear? Did anyone check it? Police won't say. As of today, the LAPD still calls this an active investigation. The final autopsy results have not been released. No one has been arrested. And Celeste's cause of death, whether accidental, self-inflicted, or something darker, remains unknown. But the phrase, "beyond the concealment of her body," lingers like an echo. Because someone placed her there. Someone closed that trunk. The question isn't just how she died, it's who knew she was gone and stayed silent.